It's your host, BD. Welcome to Big Dog Sports. Yo, call it Big Dog Sports, a little show that I run, where we talk a lot of sports and we show a lot of love. So support by hitting like, share the video, subscribe and hit that cash app, baby, send a little dough. So if you wanna know about the latest games, the winners and the losers, the teams that ain't the same, we gon' talk about the trades, the contracts, the price, the playoffs, the scandals, the crime and the lies. I'm your host, BD, and this is my show, where sports and politics collide, baby, anything goes. We talking NBA, WNBA, NFL, NCAA, UFC, MLB, WWE, a little boxing too. If that's your thing, I got the best show in the land, baby, no need to search. So welcome to the show, y'all. This is Big Dog Sports.
All right, y'all. Happy Sunday. This Big Dog Sports, where sports and politics collide. I'm your boy BD, and it's a very overcast, like really ugly Sunday afternoon here. Before I get into my topic and drop the link, I just want to give an overview of this past week in the sports world. We had a lot of things going on. We got the World Baseball Classic. We had UFC 326. We got the end-game tournaments for the NCAA and men's and women's basketball. And next Sunday, I'm going to do a show on March Madness because it's Selection Sunday. We had a Jason Tatum sighting. He came back off his injury a couple of days ago, the Achilles. I'm going to drop the link in a minute, Ert. Give me 1 second. I got to get through this real quick. Jason Tatum came back off his ACL tear. He looked pretty good in his first game. No lie. We have the death of Lou Holtz. For anybody who don't know who Lou Holtz is, he was the head coach for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish football team. He died at 89. Very sad. He did a lot of things too. So basically that was just, the weekend sports in a nutshell. But my topic today is about Trump versus the NIL. For folks who don't know what NIL is, it's the way colleges are now paying their athletes to perform. And the president seems to have a problem with this. So before I drop this link, I'm going to play this video for y'all. And so you can have some context of where I'm going with this. My StreamYard will act right. There we go. So this is the president of the United States, folks. Make it a little bigger for y'all. And I just want y'all to listen to what he's saying. To give a little context to where I'm going to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
I'll give Trump the big link because he is the president.
If you only do one thing to kick off 2026, let it be this. Right. Become a Bora advisor. When I moved to Italy.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much, everybody. Please. This is a very important meeting. We had a lot of important meetings today. but this is a big one because this is really the future of, I think, beyond college sports. This is the future of colleges because we're looking at numbers that are coming in and the amount of money being spent and lost by otherwise very successful schools is astounding just in a short period of time. And it's only going to get worse. So we have to save college sports and save, I believe, colleges. We have to save our Olympic team because so many sports that are in the Olympics will no longer be represented by people that went through college and became competitive, became great at the sport. We won't be anywhere near what we were. I think it's just a very, very important meeting. We have the most important people in college sports and really beyond. And what I'd like to do is I'll say a few words. I'm going to ask Marco and a few to also say a few words. And I'd like to take your suggestions. And we have the speaker. We have John Thune is here or represented. We have some of the big politicians, senators, Congress people that can make it get approved. Yeah, because we have to go through, I'd do an executive order. I'd love to do that. I'll probably do it anyway. We'll do an executive order. We'll see how it works because it would be I have a really nice, simple idea. But we'll go through this process and maybe I think we'll get it through Congress. We have a good chance. I think it'll be very bipartisan. And I just want to thank you all for being here as we stand up for one of America's greatest and most beloved institutions. It's called college athletics, which is true, means so much. I want to thank Secretaries Marco Rubio, Scott Bessent, Doug Burgum, Howard Lutnick, Linda McMahon for being here, and also Speaker of the House Mike Johnson doing a great job, Governor Ron DeSantis, Senators Ted Cruz, Eric Schmidt, Leader Steve Scalise, Representatives Lisa McClain, Jim Jordan, Brett Guthrie, and Lori Trahan. Thank you all for being here. We have some great people. Condoleezza, thank you very much. I see you over there. Great to have you. Great to be with you. A very special welcome to New York Yankees President Randy Levine, friend of mine for a long time. I used to sit with George Steinbrenner in the box, who was one of the knowing nothing about football or college sports, that everything was illegal that was taking place.
Get into the meat
and I don't think it was ever appealed. Nobody can find out if it was appealed or not. But you can win an appeal. I think I win more cases on appeal than I do in front of some judges that are not very good. But it was a horrible, incredible ruling. And it threw the sports world and the college athletic world into tithers. And that's where we are right now. It's crazy things are happening. Young people are being signed, 17-year-old quarterbacks, for $12 million, $13 million, $14 million. We have a 7-year freshman. We have people, we're seeing things that we've never seen before. We have college players that don't want to go to the NFL because they're making more money in college, right, Jim Jordan? And a lot of really bad things are happening. But basic questions like who is eligible to play are now virtually unregulated and decided randomly by judges rather than by reasonable, agreed upon rules that could be very simple and very simply drawn. So this has grown into a major challenge. We actually have some of the best sports agents here because I think they'd like to see it solved, but maybe not. I'm not 100% sure about that. But they're represented. We have everybody represented today, just about every group you can think of. But it's grown into a major challenge that threatens the future of college sports and really colleges themselves, because many are going to go down the tubes. It was announced that Penn State, their athletic division, lost $535 million this last year. Florida State, Ron and I spoke about it, $440 million loss. It was just announced that Rutgers lost $95 million, and they're doing all sorts of things to try and save the ship. And I think those numbers are nothing compared to what what's going to happen. This is new. This just happened. Those numbers are going to go to levels that nobody's ever seen before. If you had no salary cap in the NFL, you'd see staggering losses. We have no salary cap in colleges. Colleges are going to have, unless something's done, unless we solve this problem. And I think probably today, and we're going to ask for ideas that, not that we don't have to take months. We'd like to see if we could do it for next season. But we certainly have the brain power. We have tremendous knowledge, far more knowledge than I have about this subject. But it also poses special dangers for women's sports and our Olympic pipeline. Women's sports are being canceled all over the country, just so we understand. Women's
And
sports
y'all all know
are
how I feel about
in
women's
deep
sports.
trouble. Other than one particular women's team, that's
I'm gonna drop
Miami,
a link in a
where
minute.
I have
Bert.
my granddaughter on the
I just
team.
want to let the video.
They
let
canceled
Trump
men's
finish
golf, but
speaking.
women's golf is doing just fine. I'm only kidding. But they are canceling golf. They're canceling wrestling. They're canceling fencing. They're canceling even basketball. I thought that would be maybe immune, but it's in trouble. And it's all going to football. But ultimately, football is going to be the worst laggard of all. It's not going to be affordable. And it's going to take down practically every college. In my opinion, it's going to take down virtually every college, or every college that wants to be, they think they want to be competitive. Under the current system, educational institutions find themselves in a financial arms race for athletes in sports like football and basketball, and both of them, but basketball is being hurt very badly. It's being dominated by football. Last July, I signed an executive order to stop destructive pay-for-play schemes that are all over the place and keep college athletics rooted in the traditions that made it great. I thought we had a great system, frankly. I thought we had a system that should have been appealed, and it could have been maybe perfected a little bit, but it took close to 100 years. It was developed over 100 years, and one judge that knew nothing about sports, knew nothing about football, knew nothing about Olympics, knew nothing about anything, just decided everything was unconstitutional. It's crazy. But only Congress now, it looks like, can deliver a permanent fix. So, Speaker, you and John and everybody else, including Democrats that are represented.
I see you. Art. So, my question is the money ruining the NCAA? Should these athletes get paid or no?
My question is, do you agree with Trump? Are you a Trump supporter now?
You know,
Hold on. I got two streams running. My bad. Hold on, my bad. All right. Sorry about that, man.
I've never been a Trump supporter, but I kind of agree with them on this. But here's the thing. Once you take the genie out the bottle, it's hard to put the genie back in. And
that's background, by the way. Nice setup, by the way. I ain't gonna lie. Nice setup.
And that's where the problem lies. And thank you. That's where the problem is. You're paying them. And you think you're just gonna all of a sudden stop paying them and go back to what it was 10, 15 years ago? I don't think so. You would have a whole upheaval in college sports. I think the best they could do now is what the professional leagues do and just have a salary cap.
I've been saying this. I've been saying that they wanted to ruin football because once football is over with, they can start attacking manhood. Football is the last bastion of manhood we got. Excuse me, my son is playing in the background. If y'all can hear him, excuse that. Can you hear me?
What? Yeah, I can hear you.
My volume was low earlier. But what I'm saying is they're coming after. They want that. The whole plan of doing all this was to destroy football. And
You think paying the players was designed to destroy football?
yeah,
Elaborate on that, because that's an interesting take.
because they had years and years. They had 20, 30 years to do this. Toby Bailey, you know who Toby Bailey is? I think it's Toby
I've heard
Bailey.
of him, yeah.
No, it was the twins. No. All right, who? No, that's not Toby Bailey. It's what's the
I
twins that
Brian,
went?
I remember Brian Bosworth back in the days. He was the first one that I remember who was
No, the one that
advocating
sued EA Sports for making college basketball game, and they put him on the cover. Was it Toby and Kobe Bailey? I think it was them two. So they first sued for this whole thing. They had 30 years to do this shit. Since like, you remember the video game March Madness 96 and 95?
Absolutely, I do. Yes.
That's when they got sued for the IRL deal. They had 30 years to figure it out. And they never really wanted to do it. I don't know why all of a sudden they started coming out with these IRL deals that didn't make sense. You know, the first big name was that Clemson quarterback.
The one who played for Jacksonville now?
No. I don't want to overtalk you on your show, but
Or you talking
he played
about
for
Deshaun
Clemson.
Watson?
He did no, right after a little bit after him. DJ Togovalo. No, not Togovalo. He went to a school out here down the street from me.
Daddy,
Yeah.
how can I put my crystal back?
Okay.
Just put it back.
I'm trying.
I get where you're going with this, though, but continue.
What I'm saying is they just threw somebody out there and he failed.
Right.
Shit. It said I could stream this tomorrow. No, I'm not gonna stream this shit. But no, go ahead. Let me read your comments. What's up, Ryan?
No, but what I was
Nah,
saying,
I ain't go to Scissors yet. I got an hour of my whole family
I was
going.
saying
So
it's almost like toothpaste. Once you let the toothpaste out of the tube, it's kind of hard to put that shit back in. So now that the toothpaste is out of the tube, I think you probably just gonna have to have salary caps for these colleges, but then that's gonna be a hard sell too, because you got some colleges that make far more money than other colleges. Like the University of Michigan is always gonna outspend, let's say, the University.
what about
of
Indiana though?
Miami
How
of
can you
Ohio.
explain Indiana? How can you explain Indiana?
2 words. Mark Cuban is how I can explain the University of Indiana. Mark Cuban is the reason why Indiana got to where it got to, because he infused $2 billion worth of money for
I
their
didn't know that.
program.
I don't follow sports as much as you do, but
Well, if you know
I'm
who
learning.
Mark Cuban is, he used to be the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, the majority owner.
I
So
thought he still was. He's not.
he's a minority owner now. He gave up his majority stake in the Mavericks a couple of years ago. But he spent $2 billion on the Indiana football program. And that's why they just came out of nowhere and became an elite football program. Remember, Indiana, if you know anything about Indiana, they were a basketball school.
Yeah, of course. What's the guy? Bob, not Bobby Huggins. Bobby Knight.
Yeah.
Bobby Knight.
was
Yeah.
their coach, right?
Yep. See, that's when I was into sports, like how you are. Like, I knew everything about it, but
Yeah, they were predominantly basketball school. Like, you know, the University of Kentucky is a basketball program, basically. Duke is a basketball program for all essential purposes. But now these colleges are starting to get football teams just out of the blue. And where did Duke?
You heard what
football
Trump
come
said
from?
though. Play that. Can you go back and play that last part about football, please?
Oh, sure. Give me
Yeah, I
one
want to
second.
hear. He said college football programs are no longer going to be able to be afforded. What did he say?
Yeah, I played for you.
Play that
Give me one
part.
second.
If you don't mind.
No, I don't.
Shout out to your chat. Hey, I haven't went to Scissors yet, Ryan. I'm waiting for the whole family. They was like, give me an hour. I'm like, give y'all an hour. But it is Sunday fun day. So they all want to get dressed. So yeah, I'm a vlog. I'm gonna do a Scissors vlog. Hey, BD, you ever go ahead.
Hold on, let me play this for you real quick.
Play the football part.
Canceling wrestling. They're canceling fencing.
I got to back it up just a tad bit.
If you had no salary cap in the NFL, you'd see
Okay, I
Yes.
back it up some more.
it's that's where we are right
There we
now.
go.
It's crazy things are happening. Young people are being signed, 17-year-old quarterbacks for $12 million, $13 million, $14 million. We have a 7-year freshman. You know, we have people, we're seeing things that we've never seen before. We have college players that don't want to go to the NFL because they're making more money in college, right, Jim Jordan? And a lot of really bad things are happening. But basic questions like who is eligible to play are now
Hey, can you pause that?
virtually
Can you pause that?
unregulated
Sure.
and decided random.
Okay. Shoot.
See, for me, a 7-year college football player, as the viewer, it makes a lot of sense. But as the investor, a 7-year college football player gets way more expensive than. Hey, Aiden, you mind playing in your room?
Oh, hold on, Art, real quick. I got to. Ryan,
said
shout out to you for the Cash App, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Ryan Bartwell. Kudos to you, brother. I
Oh,
appreciate
Cash
that.
App. Hey, Ryan Barwell, shout out to that. Oh man, I can't be. Hold on. If y'all can deal with my son in the background, I'll put him in the room in a minute.
Yeah, your son don't bother me, brother.
All right. What was you talking about? So, okay, a 7-year college football player is going to be way too expensive, but that's going to be the new wave. It's going to be Indiana figured it out first because he had 6-7 year players. All they starters was 6-7 years.
Right.
Who can
Crazy
afford that?
work.
And I imagine bringing somebody in on a $1 million contract or whatever. They're not going to sign. They're going to just go to 4 different schools. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, think about what he's saying.
You're only supposed to get 5 years of eligibility in the NCAA. When we start getting into 6 and 7 years, there's something
COVID ruined that, though.
completely wrong.
COVID ruined that.
Yeah, I know COVID ruined that, but they could fix that. That's an easy fix. There's no way somebody should be in college 6-7 years playing on the collegiate level. That's stupid.
You know what they got? You know they got JUCO doesn't even count now.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Man, the whole system is messed up, and it's going to affect the NFL. Like,
well, I think it's going to affect men's sports a little bit, but I think it really kills the women's sports. Is where it really going to hurt, because you got women out here that are making more money in college that they won't ever make in the W, especially in terms of basketball. There's no such thing as professional gymnastics, right? And you're just now starting to get professional soccer and professional volleyball in the women's field. So, like, if they're making more money in college than they would ever make in the W or any other pro women's league, why would they want to come out? You ruin the pipeline, and especially what Trump was talking about, the Olympic pipeline. Us Americans, we're really patriotic, and we always want to see our people win gold medals, right? And if you take all the college athletes and they're not allowed, they don't really allow professionals to play in the Olympics, only in certain sports, right? Like basketball, hockey, the big name sports, but the minor sports like the volleyball, the swimming, the gymnastics, the professionals can't play in that. So if you take that away from them, you don't give them nowhere to go but to stay in college. And these colleges aren't going to be able to afford you already giving them a free education, right? They already on scholarships and getting educated for free. So now you giving them a free education and $1 million contract. Something got to give.
Yeah. Shout out to Polish. You want to finish playing it, or because I cut you? I cut it off.
I done played what Trump's had to say. Could pretty much what Trump is saying is he want to see a salary cap introduced in college. So what are your thoughts on
all? Yeah, it's not gonna
cap.
It's over with. Hey, once you pop the bubble, it's over with. You can't. What you say? The toothpaste back in the tube or whatever you say?
Can't put the toothpaste back in the
tube. It's over with. You got to change now. The books got to be open. And I like Trump as a politician, but as a president or whatever. But I know he understands being rich, and he wants to protect the rich. The NFL, their bubble is about to be opened. You got to start paying these people like the MLB pay their players $500. You about to see $600. You're going to see $1 billion contract coming, and hopefully in our lifetime, you're going to see a player sign a 10-year, $1 billion contract. It has to happen.
Which is insane work.
Which is crazy
$1
work.
billion. Just think of that.
You're going to see $1 billion.
To
Imagine
throw a
this.
football or to hit a baseball.
You're young enough. You're young enough to see Magic Johnson make $1 million a year. The face of it. And you're old enough.
Magic Johnson wasn't the first $1 million contract, believe it or not. The very first $1 million sports contract was a baseball player. I don't know if you heard of him.
No. I'm not talking baseball. Baseball is different.
Yeah, I'm just saying Nolan Ryan was the very first $1 million contract in any professional sport.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Nolan Ryan.
Imagine they was making billions. They was making hundreds of millions back then. These dudes, they don't even announce how much they make. Now the books are going to get open. How much do these universities make? It's going to crumble a lot of things, bro. This money aspect, and that's what Trump was trying to tell. That's what Trump was trying to say. Y'all done open the books to a lot of things, and a lot of things going to get exposed, and a lot of things going to get ruined because of this. That's what I heard.
You got the Power 5 conferences, right? You got the Big Ten, the SEC. You know, those conferences are always going to make money. But in that aspect, you drown out all of the mid-majors, like the ACC and what's left of the Pac-10 and the WAC and the SWAC and all that other mid-major stuff. They're not going to be able to compete.
The Pac-10 wasn't a mid-major though, bro. Don't diss the Pac-10. I'm from the West Coast, bro. Pac-10
No,
was
I'm just saying it's a mid-major now because they broke the Pac-10 up. A lot of the Pac-10 teams are split.
Somebody said I thought it was Jose Canseco. Jose Canseco wasn't the first one for the Rangers? Wow.
No, Nolan Ryan was the very first $1 million contract in any professional.
Go ahead and Google it. Y'all can Google it. I never heard this before.
Yeah, he was the first person to make $1 million
in one season. $1 million in one season. Okay.
Yeah, he's the first person.
$1 million in the season,
and that was like in the mid '80s for the Houston when he played for the Houston Astros. I don't know if you might not be old enough to remember Nolan Ryan, but Nolan Ryan.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, he was
barely
the first $1 million.
I remember Nolan Ryan.
But it turned from that into what we seeing now. Patrick Mahomes is getting $500 million. Ohtani getting $600 million.
Ohtani's worth $2 billion. Ohtani's worth $2 billion, bro. Ohtani's worth $2 billion. You could travel him around. Ohtani's worth $2 billion. I'm not lying.
I mean,
he's at least $1 billion. Ohtani's worth $1 billion. Move him.
Yeah,
see what he did? You see what he did in Japan?
Yeah.
He's right.
A monster, dude.
Okay, he said you're right. Ohtani's worth $1 billion.
Freaking monster.
He had a grand slam free. He's worth $1 billion, bro. You could travel him around the world.
Yeah, Ohtani's a freak. He's like other than Barry Bonds, he's the most unique baseball player I've ever seen.
They said he's right. It was Nolan Ryan. Hey son, don't
Ohtani, he's something different. He's Babe Ruthian like. He's a guy who could hit 50 home runs and win you 20 games.
He's the best thing I've ever seen play sports. Like there's nothing like it. Name me something better than Ohtani's a machine. I've never watched him. See, I'm a Dodgers fan. All I watch is the Dodgers. That's my favorite team. I'm a Niners, Dodgers, then Lakers. But they shift. Right now, it's Dodgers above everything. Trust me, I watch everything they do. I watched this dude in Japan. Did you see what he did last weekend?
Yeah, I'm watching him now in the World Baseball Classic.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
the dude is
in
machine,
Japan.
bro.
They got lucky last night, though. Let's call it. Well, they got lucky. Japan got lucky last night. They won 4-3, but they got lucky. Yamamoto hit the home run in the 8th inning, and they got lucky. They got away.
But imagine that's the Dodgers. That's the Dodgers team. All of them is on the Dodgers team.
All of them are on the Dodgers. Yeah, I know. It's fucking retarded. Oh, retarded. Excuse me. Like,
Yeah. It's
insane
crazy,
work.
man. It's crazy, man. I tried to buy tickets are backed up to like May.
Oh, you're not getting no Dodger ticket anytime soon, bro. You're not getting one. Or unless you're going to pay an arm and a leg
I'm
for
gonna go to
it.
at least one. Trust me. I'm gonna go to one this year. I got to. We on the verge of winning 3 in a row, and we're gonna win 3 in a row. Anyway,
I mean, listen, I don't see anybody other than the Yankees who could even compete with the Dodgers at this point, especially not nobody in the National League. I don't see anybody in the National League competing with the Dodgers at this point.
well, yeah,
They're too stacked. We got Ohtani, you got Yamamoto, right? Then you got Mookie Betts, and you got Freddie Freeman. Like just 1 through 9, their lineup is insane.
we just signed all kinds. What's up, son?
Yeah, and y'all signed somebody else to do from the Brewers, I think. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Go
just
ahead.
1 through 9, their lineup is just stacked.
Yeah, add them
1
kids.
through
Is
9.
hungry. Yeah, man. All right, man. I just stopped by to say what's up. Say what's up to your
appreciate
chat, man. Shout out to the Earth Report. If you can put my link in the comment section, man. Come over and hang out with me one day.
Well, you
Shout
could do
out
it
to
yourself.
Big Dog Sports, huh?
I said you could do it yourself. You're blue. You put your
I
own
can't.
link in there.
I can. I'll try to do it later. But shout out to you, man. Shout out to your chat. Ryan Bardwell, Lloyd, Keaton, 49, Oblivious. Oh, yeah. I'm out, man. Oh, let me read this comment
All right,
real
man.
quick. I thought it was the Yankees when they stole dude from the A's in the 80s. Oh.
He's talking about Ricky Henderson, but Ricky Henderson didn't really get to do much on the Yankees. The Yankees,
Hey, the only
in the
dude that can
mid-80s
talk sports like this is you, bro. I love talking sports with you. I really not a sports dude, but I could talk this shit. And I'm a Dodgers fan. So shout out to Ohtani, the greatest player that ever lived. And shout out to BD, man, the greatest sports talk person ever lived. Let's go.
I appreciate that, Ert. And, feed them babies, man. Feed them babies. All right, y'all. So to my point, do the college athletes should they still be getting paid? And, like I was just telling Ert, man, you can't take the toothpaste and put it back in the bottle. You're already paying them. So now you kind of stuck with that. So now that you're kind of stuck with that, you got to figure out how you make it competitive, because the University of Michigan and the University of Notre Dame and, schools like that, they're just going to outspend all these other tiny universities, like a lot of these schools aren't going to be able to compete in a full out money war. When you have the University of Texas, right? When they have a quarterback named Arch Manning, they're going to, generate millions and millions of dollars. But the University of Maryland, in contrast to that, they're not going to be able to generate millions of dollars like that, even though they're in a Power 5 conference. So you're going to have a bidding war, basically, and you're going to have colleges that are spending $200, $300, $400 million to recruit athletes. And a lot of these colleges aren't going to be able to compete. And it's going to become a mess. And it's really going to be bad on the women. It's going to be bad on the men, but it's really going to be bad on the women. You destroy Title IX. For anybody who don't know what Title IX is, Title IX was the article that they passed to allow women to play sports in college. So when the women start making more money in college than they can do professionally, you might have a situation where you have a person in college for 7, 8, 9 years trying to stay a collegiate, but they're 30 years old, just unheard of wild stuff. So the link is posted at the top of the chat. Like, share, subscribe, definitely subscribe, y'all. Definitely subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subs. So, help a brother out and subscribe. The Cash App at the bottom of the screen for anybody who want to donate to the channel. I appreciate it. And yeah, man, let's talk about this, man. Should the athletes continue to be getting paid, or should we go back to what it was 10, 15 years ago, where you just get a free education and you got to wait till you turn pro before you can start making some money? The topic, Krishna, is should college athletes continue to get paid? The president thinks that there should be a salary cap like they have in the professional leagues, like they have in the NFL and Major League Baseball and the NBA, that there should be a salary cap for the colleges. But I'm for a salary cap for the colleges. My only problem is the salary capping colleges still doesn't make it competitive, because not everybody's going to be able to reach the same cap. And then on top of that, you're going to have colleges who are going to use the loophole with the salary cap system to go above the cap, like they do in the NBA and the NFL all the time. It's called a luxury tax, where teams spend over the salary cap and then they have to pay a tax because they went over the salary cap. A lot of these big colleges are going to be able to go over that salary cap and afford that luxury tax, where some of the mid-major schools aren't going to be able to do that. And you're going to have a situation where the powerful stay powerful, and it's going to degenerate the level of quality of competition that you see. And that's my fear. I don't want to see that. Like it's already watered down enough, and you water it down more when you start asking mid-major schools to compete with Power 5 schools, and they don't have nowhere near the money to compete with these people like that. So that's what Trump was alluding to. At least that's what I took from it. And we could see what happens with that. I think it's very interesting. Like I was just telling Ert, once you take the toothpaste out the tube, there's really no putting it back. I think it's real interesting. And shout out to my vertical gang, man. I see y'all in there in the vertical. Keep typing in that vertical, man. I'm trying to get in the swipe too, bro. So here we are. What are we going to do about our college athletics? What are we going to do about our Olympic pipeline? Because, us Americans, again, we're very patriotic, and we want to compete on a world stage, especially in the Olympics. Now, if you take this past Winter Olympics that just passed, right? The Americans finished second place in total medal count. I don't remember the last time the United States finished second place in a Winter Olympic medal count. Usually we suck at the Winter Olympics. But this Winter Olympics, we went crazy. We won both ice hockey medals, which is very rare. I mean, the U.S. men haven't won an ice hockey medal since 1980, right? And the women have been pretty dominant for the past, couple of Olympics. So I was expecting the women to win, but the men haven't won a medal since 1980. A gold medal, I'm talking about. So for the United States to perform so admirably at the Winter Olympics, that's a testament of where we are right now athletically as a country. And I enjoyed every moment of the ice hockey medal stuff. Like I enjoyed that a lot, especially beating Canada. That made my year. Because it's F Canada over here. Just bring me my syrup and bacon if you Canadian at this point. But that's just my personal opinion. But again, the link is at the top of the chat, y'all, for anybody who want to come join the conversation. I'm always, looking for other opinions. I value other opinions, because I'm not perfect and I don't know everything, so I'm always willing to learn something new. So if somebody out there got something new that they could teach me, I'm all for it. And again, this Big Dog Sports, I'm your boy BD. This where sports and politics collide. And this subject is definitely a venue where sports and politics collide. Anytime you get the president to voice his opinion on a matter of sports, that's a big deal. And anybody who know anything about Trump, we all know Trump is a huge sports fan. You see Trump at all the major sporting events. He'll be at the Super Bowl. He'll be at the NBA Finals. He'll be at the World Series, right? Like Trump is at every major sporting event. Any major sporting event he could find himself to, he'll be at. If it's a boxing super fight, he'll be there too. A WrestleMania, he'll find his way there too, because you know the Trumps and the McMahons have a relationship. So we will see about that. You know, my show next week is, you know, March Madness starts. Selection Sunday is next Sunday. So my show next Sunday will be about, you know, the NCAA tournament, the men's and women's brackets. So y'all stay tuned for that. And I'm also gonna do a stream on wrestling, because I've been being asked to do a wrestling stream because I watch pro wrestling. So I'm gonna do a stream on pro wrestling too sometime this month. But again, you know, this Big Dog Sports, I'm your boy BD. Like, share, subscribe, and definitely subscribe, man. Subscribe. Help a brother get to 500, man, because that's the goal. Trying to get to 500 subs. So help a brother out and let's get there together, man. And you know, for anybody who know me, I like to talk sports because that's my passion, but I could talk pretty much about anything, you know, political or history or finance or whatever the case may be. You know, I don't have a problem having an open panel and talking about anything. I just wanted to have this particular subject because anytime, you know, the president gets involved in sports, I think that's a big deal. So let's talk about it, man. And I'll get back to what's going on in the sports world. We had the UFC tech. Ryan, you welcome to come up here and we could definitely talk about the Texas midterms because I got a lot to say about that. So if you want to hit the link, sir, you're more than welcome, and we could definitely talk about the Texas midterms because that's going to be an important Senate seat. Let's call it what it is. That's a very important Senate seat, and from the looks of it, it's up for grabs right now. So yeah, we could always talk about the Texas midterms. We could talk about, you know, the Democratic side or the Republican side, whichever one you choose. I'm all for it. But again, to rehash what I was saying before, you know, you had the UFC 326. Oliveira dominated Max Holloway. It wasn't really even close. You had Jason Tatum return to the Celtics after being out with a ACL injury. You had the death of Lou Holtz. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, you had LeBron James break Kareem's final scoring record for the most field goals ever in NBA history. I forgot to put that out there, but yeah, LeBron James did that at the beginning of the week to add another record to his already staggering amount of records. We're gonna have Selection Sunday for the NCAA. That should be really interesting, especially on the women's side. It's going to be really interesting on the women's side. Right now, the Celtics are playing the Cavaliers. The Celtics are up 20, 86-66. We have some football free agency that we anybody want to get into. We got Max Crosby, rather. getting traded to the Baltimore Ravens. We could talk about that because that's a really huge deal. We had Kyler Murray getting released by the Cardinals. That's another huge deal, right? Yeah, it's a lot of free agency going on in the NFL right now that folks aren't really talking about. Yeah, you had DJ Moore getting traded to the Bills. And for those who don't know who DJ Moore is, he was the wide receiver for the Chicago Bears. He's on Buffalo now. David Montgomery, who was the running back for the Detroit Lions, he's on the Texans now. Trent McDuffie, who's the cornerback for the Kansas City Chiefs, he got traded to the Rams. It's a lot of moving parts right now. And for my baseball fans, you got the whole WBC going on right now. The WBC stands for the World Baseball Classic. For my soccer fans, we got the global scoreboard right now. Leeds and Norwich City, Bremen and United Berlin, AC Roma and Genoa. For those of us who like football, soccer. I'm not much of a golf person. I hate to tell y'all that, but that golf is not my thing. I will cover Formula One and NASCAR every once in a while because I do like car racing. I think it's interesting. And in the basketball front, it's still regular season NBA. Got a lot going on in the NBA too. And for all you Cowboy fans, your kicker, Aubrey, got signed to a $5.7 million tender, and any other NFL team can match that to get y'all kicker off y'all hands, which would be crazy work if I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I want Aubrey on my team. That dude hits field goals from 60 yards plus. Yeah, and you're right about that, sir. This here is crazy. Yeah, Jordan getting into racing and pulling a three-peat. Yeah, Tyler Beckett, man. Yeah, he done won three NASCAR races in a row in the number 45 car for Jordan's Team 2311 Racing, which he co-owns with Denny Hamlin. For those who know who Denny Hamlin is, he's a very famous NASCAR racer turned owner. And, we just got a lot going on out here, man. We got a lot going on in the world. We got a lot going on in the sports world. And it's just a lot going on, bro. Just a lot. We got a lot going on. And I'm here to talk about it. And again, the link is at the top of the chat for anybody who wants to come up and talk about it. Because that's what I'm here for, man. I'm here to talk about it. And we got the college tournaments going on, the conference tournaments going on right now. You got the ACC tournament, Louisville playing Duke right now. And Selection Sunday is next Sunday. So I'll be around for that. And we could talk NCAA tournament and bracketology and where all these teams are going to go and what their rankings are going to be. And again, it's a lot going on right now. So anybody who want to come up, join the panel, have a conversation, I'm here for it, man. And if we want to talk women's sports, we could do that too, because I'm a big advocate for women's sports. You got Texas and South Carolina in the SEC tournament final on the women's side. That should be really interesting because I feel like those two teams are going to make it to the Final Four on the women's side, Texas and South Carolina. So For all you University of Texas fans, y'all got a really good women's basketball team right now. For those who aren't paying attention. And for all of you Iowa fans, especially you Iowa women college basketball fans, Kev, what's good, brother? I appreciate you coming through, bro. Iowa is getting smacked right now by UCLA. And I mean getting smacked big time. They're down 72-30. The score is 72-36 right now. UCLA is just having their way with Iowa right now. The post Caitlin Clark Iowa, I might add. And speaking of Caitlin Clark, she's going to make her debut for the U.S. national team. I think Angel Reese is going to make her debut for the same team. That should be an interesting dynamic. And see how that goes about. As for the NBA schedule, we got the Knicks Lakers coming on. Matter of fact, the Knicks Lakers should be on now. The Pistons play the Heat, the Mavericks play the Raptors, the Magic play the Bucks, and then you got Wemby and Spurs versus Kevin Durant and the Rockets. That's the late game, the 8:00 game. For those who are interested in the NBA, that's their schedule. Again, it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. So anybody who want to come up and talk about it, man, I'm here for it. Skywalker was good, brother.
What's
and the
up,
avatar
man?
is crazy work. Your Trump avatar, that is crazy work, bro.
Like that, don't you?
Yeah, it's funny.
Like that.
It's hilarious, bro.
Yeah. What's up, though? What's good with you?
Not much, man. What do you think about Trump, exercising his right to butt in college sports? What do you think about that?
So I didn't really hear, but what is he trying to exactly do? Can you break it down? Because I was listening to it, but I thought he was making it where they can get money.
He wants to introduce a salary cap for college.
Oh yeah,
sports.
that's good. That's good. That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. That's good. That's good.
Well,
I think it's good.
I think it's a hit or miss because I think it kills the competition because you're gonna have schools that just gonna outspend other schools.
But didn't he say
for
it
example,
was I think he said where I know he just probably was just exaggerating. But he said where the guy that has the 90th kid on the team can get the same amount as the first string. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
but that's not in practical application. That's not what's going to happen because you got the Power 5 schools, right? The SEC teams, the Big Ten teams, right? They're the ones that's going to be able to afford a salary cap. These other mid-major schools, they're not going to be able to compete with that.
See what you're saying.
Especially if these teams start spending and they could afford to cover a luxury tax, right? Where they could spend over the cap and just pay the luxury tax. A lot of the big schools will be able to do that. These like your school, for instance, the Hurricanes, right? The Miami Hurricanes, they're not going to be able to compete with Alabama and Michigan in a salary cap system.
Maybe depends.
No, they're not. They're not. For one, they're in the ACC. They're not competing with an SEC team. They're just not in turn, not financially. Absolutely not.
We'll just have to see. They'll have to put it out because it depends on they would have to they do it like a salary cap by school, I guess. That's what you're saying?
No, he's talking about like a standard salary cap like they have in the NFL and the NBA, where every team has a standard salary cap, and the teams that go over that cap got to pay a luxury tax. Right?
Yeah.
See,
so basically what you're saying is that like the Alabamas and them, they wouldn't mind paying the luxury tax.
Yeah, they're not going to mind paying that luxury tax where it will hurt the Miami Hurricanes to pay a luxury tax because they're not generating the kind of money that Alabama is generating. unless they get some kind of private donors that start hitting the school with billions of dollars, like how Mark Cuban did the University of Indiana, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you get Uncle Luke to give you $2 billion for the Miami Hurricanes, football program or just sports program in general, then yeah. But how many Uncle Lukes do you have in Miami? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got Trick Daddy, you got Plies down there, you got all kinds of people down there.
Right, but are they going to contribute that kind of money
if they know there's going
for
to
a
be an
university
investment
that they never went to? We know Luke would do it, but Luke don't got that kind of money anymore. He had it in the 80s when he was popping, but he don't got that kind of money now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have some people that'll invest them. Got
you got
players.
Your Michael Irvins of the world, right?
Yeah.
You got your alumni, your Ray Lewises, your Ed
Ray
Reeds,
Lewis,
right?
Yeah.
So it's not like they don't got alumni that could cover that kind of tab, but $2 billion is a lot to compete with, especially when that $2 billion is coming from one person. Like in the case of the University of Indiana, where Mark Cuban just gave them $2 billion to build the football program.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I haven't looked into it. I haven't know what I'm saying because I think it depends on where there's no luxury cap afterwards. You know what I mean? Just make it a straight cap, then it'll be better like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I
if they
think
do
if
make
it's
it where
a straight cap, it could work if it's a straight cap and everybody adheres to the straight cap. And if you go over the cap, then you got to not pay a penalty, but you just got to release players or something like that. You got to make it where the playing field is even, so you don't drown out the mid majors.
Yes,
because if you drown out the mid majors, then college football isn't college football anymore. You get what I'm saying? Like, you take away the mid majors, there's no such thing as college football anymore. It's pretty much just the SEC and the Big Ten, basically. And who wants to just watch the SEC all year long? I mean, I'm in agreement. I'm not a Donald Trump fan. Y'all all know that. But I agree with him with this. With the salary cap thing, yeah, there should be a cap because it's going to be an arms race about who wants to get the best athletes to come to their school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they make it just a straight up salary cap with no whatchamacallit? With no
luxury tax.
With no luxury tax, I'll be With the luxury tax, I can see what you're saying. Little schools still gonna they'll be even worse for little schools.
Yeah, it'd be far worse for the little schools.
Yeah,
They're
it'll
not
be worse
be
for
able
the
to
little
compete
schools
at all.
Yeah.
Not if you
Yeah.
got to pay a luxury tax to compete with the big schools when you're not when you're not generating the revenue to pay that luxury tax.
Yep.
There's a reason why the Hurricanes were able to get to the national championship last year, because they were able to recruit players.
Yeah, we got the
under this
quarterback
under
from
this NIL system.
Yeah, you see, we got the quarterback from I think it's Duke
From
or North
Georgia,
Carolina.
Beck.
No, we got another
Carson
one.
Beck came from Georgia.
No, I'm talking about this year for next year coming up.
Oh, who do
think it's
y'all
North
got? I'm
Carolina.
not sure who y'all got.
I think it's dude from North Carolina. What's his name? Damn, I forgot who it was. It was either Duke or
I'll
North
have to look it
Carolina.
up.
It was either Duke or North Carolina. But yeah,
Because I heard the Duke quarterback was staying in Duke because he tried to
might not be
sue to
him.
get out
Might
of
be-
there, and they wouldn't let him get out of there.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you look it up, you'll see what they're talking about. But it might be North Carolina then. But I forgot who it was.
But yeah, I
yeah,
enjoyed the college national championship last year because it was two teams that nobody thought was going to get that far.
That
Right?
shit pissed me off, man.
I know
that
it
shit had
did
me
because,
pissed.
but listen, the
Damn
Hurricanes
interception.
weren't even supposed to get that far.
Yeah, man, the interception had me pissed off, boy. That shit had me so mad.
Right. They
I
weren't
feel-
even supposed to get into the playoff, let alone, you
Yep.
know what I mean, to get all the
Yep.
way to the national championship. They had a great
Yeah,
run.
that's true.
Give them their credit.
I damn sure give him credit. I'd be mad. I got to be mad. Shit, that damn
I
man. We had a chance still. We still had a chance. The man had plenty of time. Plenty of
Well,
time.
here's the
He didn't have to
thing.
go.
They messed up in the first half of that game.
Yeah.
By not giving number 10 the ball. And by the time they started giving number 10 the ball, he was killing them in the second half. But by then it was too late.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Shit, man, that shit had me mad though. But yeah, I just wanted to stop by, man. I'm about to go grab some one of these smoothies to get some energy. And
okay.
shit. I
Are
just
you
wanted to
going
pop
on
up.
tonight? Is Bob still on there talking trash?
Yeah, he's still
about
on. I don't know how long.
Smoking?
Yeah, he talking shit about my weed smoking. Crazy. You know what I mean? And hey man, listen. I can't wait.
Well,
I
I told him, I give up the sex before the weed, man. I need
yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
all.
I mean,
I don't need coochie. I need weed. So
yeah.
give me my weed.
Like, I ain't trying to, but I what I'm saying, get off. You know what I mean? Myself. You said, God damn it. You know what I mean?
That part. Like, I don't need no woman to bust a nut.
Why I'm smoking.
Yeah, I don't need no woman to
You know what I
come.
mean?
I could come all by myself, not worry about no diseases and none of that stuff.
Damn right. Shit. I know that's right.
I know that sound pretty crazy for a man. What? You rather give up cooch than weed? Yeah, because again, for me personally, I suffer from epilepsy and the weed keeps me from having the shakes. So
yeah,
I'd rather not have the shakes than to get a whole bunch of pussy.
Listen, they calm
and
me down,
think about do you know how embarrassing that would be, right? Skywalker, you in the middle of some pussy, you fucking and all that shit. And then all of a sudden you just start shaking and having seizures and all that. You know how embarrassing that would be in the middle of a sexual encounter?
Yeah. Yeah. That's some wild shit. Damn. That's some wild shit.
He said I must be gay. No, it don't got nothing to do with being gay. I got 3 kids and a grandkid, so I'm far from gay. It's not that at all.
It's a
just
year.
For me personally.
It's a year.
I mean? When you have seizures, that shit no fun.
BD, it's 1 year.
Oh, it's just for a year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was talking about just in general. Like if I had to choose.
Bro, a year. It's for 1 year. That's it.
Okay, well, I would still choose the weed over the cooch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's 1 year.
Because in that 1 year that I'm not smoking,
they said you must be gay when you pop that on. They said you must be gay. No, it's 1 year.
Nah, I'd still give up the coochie before I give up the weed. Because in that 1 year that I'm not smoking, that makes me susceptible to having a fucking seizure within that year.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So why would I put my body at risk for that? You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it to me. I'd rather not have the shakes and just beat my dick than to get a whole bunch of pussy and then have to worry about having a seizure when I go outside or go to work and have that, in the back of my mind, oh, this could be the day. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to have that in the back of my mind, that this could be the day I have a seizure and I fall on my face, bust my head. You know what I'm saying? No, thank you. Give me my weed. Yeah, no thank you.
Give me a minute, BD. I'm trying to get to. Give me a minute, BD.
Yeah, no thank you. I'd rather have my weed, bro. But yeah, I get it. I ain't gay, bro. I'm just saying, like, I'd rather just have weed than the cooch at this point. Plus, I'm an old man. I done had enough sex that shit not really important to me like that anymore. Now, if I was 25, 30, then I guess I would look at it differently. But at 52, I could care less about sex at this point. Now, as a man, do we all like sex? Of course we do. All men like sex. All men want to come. You know what I mean? That's our an inherent nature to want to do that. But for me personally, I don't. That should not really important to me like that anymore. I done had plenty of it. I know what it feel like. I'm not gonna miss it. I mean, listen, we all like women, right? I get it. We all like women.
Yeah,
We all like women, but just because you like
just
women don't make it mean
just for a year,
that that
BD.
woman is good.
Just for a year, BD. Just for a year, BD. I'm up out of there for a year. You know what I mean, and then come back. Yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean? That's just me. Maybe
Right.
I'm crazy. Maybe I'm, you know what I'm saying, but that's just me. But let me let you go. How long you gonna be live?
I got another 55 minutes. I usually try
Okay,
to do 2 hours at least.
okay, all right. Well, let me I'm about to go grab something to eat and hop up right there. I'm listening to what Bob and them talking about, telling me make me sound like I'm crazy. I ain't crazy.
I know it.
Give me my weed. You know
Right.
what I mean? Shit.
Well, for Bob, he ain't never smoked no weed, so he can't really fully understand what it's like because he ain't never
Yeah,
been high
yeah, yeah. That's
to
facts.
know.
Yeah,
So
that's facts.
now,
When he
if he
retires,
actually been high before, then he will understand. But be as though he's never been high before, there's no way he could understand.
hey, when he retires, we're gonna get him. We ain't get
Right.
mine.
I'm gonna blow smoke in his face and see how he act with contact.
I'm gonna put a gummy in his or something like that. I'm gonna put a gummy and
Yeah,
give him
put a
some
gummy in
gummies.
his club soda and
But
watch him
yeah,
have the
man.
giggles.
Yeah, yeah. I know that's right. I know that's right.
And you're right about that. Women is why men conquer stuff. You're correct with that.
Damn the palm.
Women is why men conquer stuff. I agree with that. But when lust is a crazy thing too.
Hey,
Lust to get us in trouble.
how did your shit? Why did your thing always talking about record?
I don't know. I don't know where that comes from or how I turn that off. Hold on, let me see. I see it at the bottom.
Go in your settings or something. I'm just telling you because
Yeah. I'm
you
in it
got to.
now, but I don't want
I
to.
think it turned it off.
Yeah, I want to turn it off.
I think it did because the red light went off now.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I don't want to record anything like
Damn,
that.
it's 84 degrees out here, man. I might go
Is
swimming
it?
or
Yeah,
something.
it's pretty
Yeah,
nice out
yeah.
here too, but it's raining. That's the only thing about out here. It's like 75 degrees, but it's raining right now. So,
Son of a bitch, it's hot.
but that's
But all
okay.
right, BD.
I wasn't going anywhere. I
I know
might go
that's
to the
right.
store in a minute,
That's why
but
I'm going to give me something to eat. I'm going to give me something to eat
okay.
and come back. But all right, BD, man. I'm gonna holler at you, man. Appreciate you for having me up, man.
All
Great
right,
show
man.
like
I appreciate
always.
you, Skywalker.
All
You
right,
take
I'll
it easy,
try to be
brother.
back. All right.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. But yeah, for anybody who want to come up, hit the link. It's at the top of the chat. I got another 50 minutes. We could freestyle. We could talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, man. I pretty much made my point about my topic. I think, the toothpaste is out the tube at this point when it comes to paying college athletes. I don't think you could just stop paying them now at this point. And Trump might be on to something when it comes to introducing the salary cap, but to not pay them at this point after you've been paying them, I don't think that's gonna fly. I don't think you could rip all those millions of dollars away from these athletes, especially when you're using their names and their likenesses to make video games and do commercials and all that other stuff. I don't think you could just take all that away in one broad stroke at this point. So I think the college athletes are going to stay getting paid, but it's just you have to have a way to do it where you don't kill the competition and sanitize it to the point where it's only the SEC and the Big Ten that, benefit from it. In my opinion, you got to keep it so the mid majors can be competitive too. You got to have a salary cap that's fair so the mid major colleges can also compete, because without the mid major colleges, you don't have college sports. College sports can't survive just on the SEC and the Big Ten alone. I refuse to believe that. And anybody could come up here and argue me that, but I refuse to believe that's the case. Hold on 1 second, y'all. The ice cream truck here. Let me see if I could get my daughter ice cream real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Had to go do the daddy thing real quick. But yeah, I'm back. We in the building. This Big Dog Sports, where sports and politics collide. I'm your boy BD. Like, share, and subscribe, especially the subscribe part, man. Especially the subscribe part. We in the building. We are out 15 minutes into the show. And there's a lot going on in the sports world. There's a lot going on in the real world. So I'm here for it. You know, usually my last 45 minutes, I'm open to, just any kind of discussion that don't have to be necessarily about the topic that I chose. But, I chose that topic only because, anytime the president gets involved in sports, I think that's a big deal. But we could talk about anything you want to talk about, man. The link is at the top of the chat. And we could talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, man. Whatever is on your mind, the link is at the top of the chat. Y'all all welcome to hit the link. And we could, discuss whatever y'all want to discuss, man. I got 45 minutes left for whatever y'all want to talk about. Again, the link is at the top of the chat. For those who want to come up and voice their opinion about whatever y'all want to voice your opinion about. Again, we got a lot going on in the sports world, but more importantly, we got a lot going on in the world. We could talk, the Texas primaries. We could talk the Iran war. Whatever's on your mind. If y'all just want to talk about life, you know what I mean? We could talk about that too. So whatever's on your mind, I'm here for it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it. Whatever's on your mind. Yeah, and I heard, this Boyd thing seems to be a huge topic of discussion lately in the YouTube streets. So if y'all want to come up here and talk about the Boyd or the bottom of YouTube, as it's called, we could do that too. Yeah, y'all want to talk about the Boyd thing and how it's affecting the YouTube streets, we could do that too. I'm all for it. Because I understand that people like the chaos of it all. Yeah, we could talk about it all. I don't mind. I'm here for all of the smoke and all of the everything else, man. It's whatever. You just like, share, subscribe. The Cash App at the bottom of the screen if you want to support the channel. And, we in the building, man. I pretty much made my point of whatever I was going to make about, Trump and college sports. So I always have an open panel. And the link is at the top of the chat for whoever want to come up and, talk about whatever you want to talk about. I pride myself on being pretty versatile. So if that's what y'all want to get into, we could get into that too. I do not have a problem with any of that. So again, the link is at the top of the chat. I appreciate everybody who came through. I appreciate all my folks in the vertical stream. The vertical stream is very important. Miss D, I see you, mama. Good afternoon to you. Next week, Miss D, I'm going to be doing my live about March Madness and the bracketology and Selection Sunday. I hope you come through for that. The men's and the women's I'm going to do, but especially the women's, because the women's seems to be more compelling than the men's at this point. And I know we got the tournament, the SEC tournament games going on right now. Did you get to watch Ohio get smacked by UCLA, Miss D? Did you get to see that ass whooping? Because Iowa getting their ass whooped. Like getting their ass whooped. I'm pretty sure you caught the South Carolina LSU game. That was pretty interesting last night. But yeah, UCLA is beating the crap out of Iowa. Like beating the crap out of them. Last time I checked, they were up 40, UCLA. And in fact, let me go double check and look at the score again because it was bad. I know Texas is beating South Carolina right now. Yeah, they're getting smacked by almost 20, 55-38. Now, I didn't think South Carolina would get smacked by Texas. I thought it was going to be a much better game than this. Yeah, the Gamecocks, they are looking horrible. They looked good against LSU though. I know you probably don't want to hear that right now, but they did look decent against LSU, and South Carolina they still going to get to the Final Four, Miss D. They're still going to get there. Even if they lose, this conference final to Texas, they're still going to get to the Final Four. And yeah, UCLA beat Iowa 96-45. Like they wiped the floor with them. Hell, UConn almost won by 50. Like it's crazy work. I think UConn gonna win it all, in my personal opinion. I don't see anybody beating UConn at this point. But we're gonna see. It's still a lot of games left in the conference tournaments. I don't really get too high or too low on the conference tournaments like that. I wait for the actual real tournament to start before I start, making, decisions and assumptions along those lines. Duke beat Louisville 70-65 in the ACC tournament final. So Duke done punched their ticket. Yeah, I think the women's tournament is going to be way more compelling than the men's tournament, to be honest. But we're going to see. I don't know if South Carolina got anything left in them. They're down 18. And yeah, I don't know how much they got left. And Raven only got 6 points. Latson hadn't scored, which is crazy work. Now, South Carolina ain't going to do nothing if Latson don't score any points. And Raven only got 6 points up to this point. So, Carlton looking good for Texas right now. She's 6 for 8, 15 points. She killing South Carolina right now. And maybe a Gamecocks needed this ass whooping, Miss D, to be honest with you. Maybe they needed, to bring them back to reality. You know, every once in a while, a good team need a spanking to bring them back to earth. Every once in a while, not all the time, but every once in a while, a good team need to get their ass whooped just to bring them back to reality. Like, look, you can get beat. So maybe this the ass whooping that South Carolina needed to snap them back into where they supposed to be at. But that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? You more than welcome to hit the link, Miss D. It's at the top of the chat if you want to talk about it. But yeah, it's 57-40 Texas with 2:36 left in the third. And yeah, they're not looking really good. They looking kind of like they sleepwalking out there right now. I think that LSU game took a lot out of them. That's what it's looking like, because they're looking like they're sleepwalking through this game. But I could be wrong. You know, I'm not a Gamecock fan, so I'm not the the aficionado on South Carolina basketball like that. Maybe you could tell me more than what I'm looking at, because right now what I'm looking at, it looks like that they're sleepwalking through this game, and Texas is just handing it to them right now. And this is not a knock on Texas, because Texas is actually a really good team. Yeah, so my Texas fans out there, don't take this as a slight to your team, because the Texas women basketball team is actually a really good team. But, the South Carolina, they just look like they sleepwalking right now. Like the LSU game took a lot out of them, and they just they seem lethargic to me, right now. I mean, it could change. They still got another quarter left. But, Tanya Latson, she hasn't shown up the entire game. Like, that's unacceptable for somebody of Tanya Latson's stature to have 0 points at the damn near the end of the third quarter. That's crazy work. And for Raven Johnson to only have 6 points at the end of the third quarter, that's also crazy work. But again, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an expert on South Carolina basketball, because I am not. But I can only go by what I see. And what I see right now is them getting their ass whooped. But again, I still think South Carolina is going to make it to the Final Four. And I still think they're going to be a number 1 seed, regardless if they lose today or not. And but my main thing is UConn. I think UConn is easily the best team in college right now, and they've been on cruise control all year. Like, just all year they've been on cruise control. So we all know UConn is going to get they're probably going to be the number 1 overall seed. And they're probably going to put them in the East bracket, because, for being the number overall seed, you probably get the bracket that most suit you. Okay, yeah, I figured that South Carolina was going to be a number 1 seed, regardless if they won or lost today. But where do you put South Carolina at this point? If you lose to Texas, you know what I mean? Do you put Texas in the South and South Carolina in the Midwest and UCLA in the West? I wonder how that's going to go, because we all know UConn going to be in the East. That's going to go without saying. They're definitely going to be in the East region. So it's pretty much the Midwest and the South region, I think, is going to be the flip-flop. I think you put Texas in the South, South Carolina in the Midwest, and UCLA in the West, and then you'll have your 4 number 1 seeds. But we're going to see. Like I said, for South Carolina, winning this game didn't really, it wasn't going to make or break them at this point. They were still going to get a number 1 seed regardless. So I'm curious to see where they're going to put Iowa and Iowa State. That's what I'm curious to see, where they're going to land. Iowa and Iowa State. I'm very curious to see what regions those two particular teams land in, because I think that the four top seeds are pretty much set in stone. It just depends on what region they allow them to be in. But if you leave it up to me, I got UConn in the East, South Carolina in the Midwest, Texas in the South, and UCLA in the West. That's how I look at it. But Selection Sunday is next Sunday, and we're gonna see how that all breaks down. And as for the men, that's gonna be a crapshoot. I think the men is more potluck than anything else, because you haven't had a real dominant team in the men's division this year. Even though Miami of Ohio 29-0, but that's a mid-major school. They're not going to be a number one seed anywhere. And even if they're going to get in the tournament, but I don't think they get past, Sweet 16, if that, depending on where they go. But yeah, I'm very curious to see where Iowa and Iowa State land. Yeah, I'm very curious about that. And see how hopefully they don't get too political with it. But we're going to see. Yeah, I can imagine you don't. Because Iowa State is very dangerous. And that's a game, you can't sleepwalk through that game. Because y'all sleepwalking through this game and getting y'all asses handed to y'all. So you don't want to sleepwalk through a NCAA tournament game. Fuck around and get bounced in the Sweet 16. That wouldn't be a good look for South Carolina or Dawn Staley at this point. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I remember South Carolina getting bounced before the Final Four or even the Elite Eight. But we're going to see. I'm curious to see where LSU is going to end up too. Yeah, I'm very curious. Though I forgot to mention LSU, but yeah, those are the three teams that I'm curious to see what region you're going to put these teams: Iowa, Iowa State, and LSU. Yeah, I'm very curious to see where these particular teams land in the tournament. So when I do my show next Sunday on Selection Sunday, we can all watch it together and see how that pans out. Yeah, we can all see how that pans out. And yeah, we're gonna see how that pans out, how that works. But yeah, again, this Big Dog Sports, man, where sports and politics collide. I'm your boy BD. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Like, share, and subscribe, especially the subscribe part. Especially the subscribe part. We need more subscribers. Well, I could always use more subscribers, man. So let's get it in, man. I only got about 25 minutes left, roughly. So we in the building. The link is at the top of the chat for anybody who want to come up and say whatever they need to say. So we're gonna get into that, and we could get into whatever y'all want to get into, man. Whatever y'all want to get into, we could get into. I'm here for it. I got about 25 minutes left. So whatever y'all want to talk about, The link is at the top of the chat. You know, don't be scared. It's okay to hit the link, man. It's okay. Miss D, good afternoon to you, mama. You muted, Miss D.
Hey, I'm sorry. They when the wow, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last shot, she take the shot. I had to cut to the TV. She dribbled to try to pass it. Take the shot. Y'all down. You want come on now. Golly.
Well, yeah, South Carolina looked like they just sleepwalking through this game. I don't know what happened to them. Did the LSU game take that much out of them, Miss D? You tell me.
Probably did. You know it's emotional, but I can't make excuses. Y'all gotta come out and play.
Yeah,
And plus
because they
also
haven't looked good this whole game. And again, Tanya Latson, 0 points through 3 quarters. That's
no,
unacceptable.
she got some points off the she got what 4 points but she what's the free throw line.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know.
we South Carolina again. I take it as they needed to take this ass whooping right now. So maybe that'll snap
Yeah.
them out of it for the tournament.
I'm mad because the dang on SEC messed it up. They wanted that SEC LSU that Texas got the better draw. That's not fair. Texas had
What
supposed to
makes
play
it not
LSU
fair? Tell me what makes
because
it
you know
not
it's an
fair.
emotional game, and then Texas had the easier opponent to me.
Who did they play before South Carolina? I'm not sure.
I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot too.
I have to
That's
check.
what I'm asking because I don't remember who they played before South Carolina. But the LSU South Carolina game last night, that was a really good game.
Yeah.
Raven Johnson went crazy in that game.
Yeah. The turnovers, we
So,
started off 14 zip. We were down 18 zip.
whew,
So we started off crazy. We couldn't, we started off that behind the 8 ball, and they keep hitting their mid range. You can't get the rebounds. We just not doing nothing right.
yeah, I was looking at some of it, and it just appeared to me like they were sleepwalking. Like they didn't really get up for this game like they were supposed to. So it just made me think that, the LSU game took a lot out of them emotionally because they don't seem to have anything left.
Yeah.
But again, that's not an excuse. You're South Carolina and you're going to be a number 1 seed. So you can't use that as an excuse.
Right.
Not when you're going to be a number 1 seed.
Yeah.
But it definitely solidifies Texas number 1 seed. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And for those who don't think Texas is for real, this game here shows you that they're for real.
Oh, Texas, yeah. No, I already respect Texas, but I'd expect us to come out like this. If we gonna lose, lose some heart. Y'all coming out.
Yeah, at least be competitive, right?
And then Tessa,
Yeah,
I don't know what's
did.
going on her. She's falling on the flow, and they are playing physical. They very handsy. Texas is.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, Tessa,
but again, South Carolina could be very physical too when they want to be. So
yeah, but they
I don't think that's the
Texas
issue.
is handsy. They playing the passing lanes real good. We throwing just mediocre passes. God damn it, rebound. Oh.
Yeah, I think Texas just wanted this game more. That's what I think. I think they just wanted it more.
I hate that. When she shoot the ball, fall her to the basket. Why y'all just standing there? What the freak is going on? I'm sorry. That's why I come up because I know I was gonna cuss.
Nah, you're fine.
Fucking Joyce.
I'm for
let me you come back because I'm upset right now.
No, it's okay, Miss D. You're more than welcome to vent your frustrations here. See, I don't have a dog in the fight, so you're more than welcome to vent your frustrations.
That's just irritating. Follow them. When she take that shot, I don't get it.
Yeah, I just thought they looked like they've been sleepwalking.
Oh,
Miss D, while I got you right here, I need to ask you a question.
What?
What is your opinion on the Lions trading David Montgomery to the Texans? What do you think about that?
I don't, I miss them, but I like our value. Oh, the trade I think that I wanted the Lions to make or try to get, we didn't get Max Crosby. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, I don't agree with them breaking up Gibbs and Montgomery. They were the best 1-2 punch in the
Let me see
NFL.
that. No, well, yeah, but he wanted to leave.
He wanted to leave. Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
He wanted to leave.
But yeah, I
Let me
don't
see
agree
this. I
with
don't see no
breaking up
foul. Where's
really
the
good
foul at?
1-2 punches.
Come on now. That's supposed to be a home game. Where's the foul? Let me see the foul. Every time we try to get close, there's always some bullshit. It's pissing me off. I'm not to cuss. I'm sorry on your thing. It makes
Nah,
me
you're
mad.
fine.
That's why I
I
say
don't
that. That's
mind
why they come up,
cussing.
because I know I like to cuss.
It's okay,
That's
Mister.
irritating.
You curse all you want to. I ain't monetized, so I don't care. I don't give a fuck if you curse or not.
That's irritating. Every time you try to get back, you call some bull crap, refs. What is going on?
Well, again,
Because
it
Joyce,
seemed
she
like
pissed
to
me
me
off.
that South
She really gonna have to
Carolina.
work on her defense. Joyce gonna have to work on her defense because you I don't get you sometimes. You too nonchalant and it's pissing me off. And then if you play like that in the tournament, we gonna be out by the Elite Eight. You ain't even gonna make the
Yeah,
Phoenix. You gotta play
yeah, you're
better
not going
defense.
not playing like this. They not no. But at least they slowed Carlton down for a minute because she was going crazy in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carlton was giving them the
That's
business in the
because
first half.
that's because we're not paying attention. Our defense is, for some reason, our defense is horrible. We're not rotating, and then we're not getting the rebound. Joyce is nonchalant. It's like, come on, man.
And where's Okot? She hasn't done nothing this whole game either.
No, she getting beat by Cunningham.
Yeah, Okot has done nothing this entire game. You know, and pretty much if it wasn't for Edwards, is the one keeping you
can't, because
relatively in the game so far, from what
that's
I'm looking at.
because they handsy, and she turned the ball over. They very handsy.
But yeah, I think this is the ass whooping South Carolina needed to snap them back into shape, basically. So if I'm Dawn Staley, I take this ass whooping and like, look, y'all not invincible. You can lose and you can be embarrassed if you come out here and play like this. I think she tears into her team when this game is over. I think you have to tear into them at this point because this not acceptable. Even though they're only down 10, 61-49. They're down 11, so they still have a realistic shot to come back. Yeah, 11 points. You can make up 11 points in today's college basketball. You just got to get some stops.
But they call them some crazy stuff.
You don't agree with the foul calling, the officiating so far?
Some of it. Like every time we try to get so like every time we get closer, come on, they've been in the same play. Come on, Maddie. That's our game. They keep giving Rory Hammer that mid range. It's pissing me off. You cannot give them their sweet spots.
Yeah. You sound like Key yesterday with LSU. She was very, very upset yesterday with LSU.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was not happy with LSU and Flage in particular.
Oh, Derek, please. Come on, man.
But yeah, again, South Carolina probably needed to take this ass whooping so it could snap them back into where they need to be. But again, I still got UConn to take it all. I still haven't seen anybody that's relatively close to what UConn putting out there right now. And I know people are going to say, well, UConn hasn't played anybody. But 33-0 is still 33-0.
And I'm not trying to excuse it. It's not fair because you play in the conference.
Miss D, I'm gonna need you to fix your mic. You breaking up on me, mama.
Let me go back. I'll come back.
All right. Yeah, fix your mic, Miss D, because you breaking up on me. But yeah, South Carolina, from the score 63-52, they're down 11. And they just haven't looked good this whole game. It looks like they're trying to snap themselves out of it, but it might be a little too late at this point. They still got 6 minutes to go. But 65-52 Texas. Yeah, South Carolina it seemed like they sleptwalked through the entire first half. They were just sleepwalking. And that's not gonna get it done come tournament time. Can't sleepwalk through whole first halves of games in the tournament. You can't do that. You won't make it out the Sweet 16. But to South Carolina's defense, they're gonna have the number 1 seed. So their first 2 games are pretty much gonna be pushover games. So they're pretty much gonna get to the Sweet 16. You know what I mean? Even if they play badly, like they would have to be just outright horrible to not get to the Sweet 16. And I don't see them, just being outright horrible, because I think Dawn Staley's a much better coach than that. And I think she's going to lay into her team after this loss. Not saying that they're going to lose, but the way it's looking, it looks like they're going to lose. So I think Dawn Staley tears into her team after this, and South Carolina wakes up tournament time. So we're gonna see. And as for the NBA, what's going on right now, the Lakers, they're beating the Knicks 33-27, but no LeBron. Really, it's 49-42. But it's no LeBron. But as long as you got Luka, you can do stuff. Luka got 12 points. Austin Reeves got 15. And mind you, I'm a Knicks fan, but the Knicks haven't really looked very good the past month or so. The Knicks been teetering. You know what I mean? Even though they're 41-23. I think they're second or third in the East, but they haven't looked really good so far. This past month, they've been struggling. My poor New York Knicks. But we gonna see. Yeah, we gonna see how that work. And again, y'all, this Big Dog Sports, man, where sports and politics collide. I'm your boy BD. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Especially the subscribe part. And I'm all here for it, man. The link is at the top of the chat for anybody who want to come up and voice their opinion about anything. It don't have to necessarily be about sports. You know what I mean? But we could just have a conversation. I'm all for a good conversation. So it is what it is. I got about 10 minutes left. And it's been a very nice stream. My topic earlier was about Trump versus the NIL, and should college athletes continue to get paid. And my main opinion on that was, once you take the toothpaste out the tube, you can't put it back in. So it is what it is at this point. They're going to continue to get paid. So you just got to find a way where you can make it fair for the mid-level colleges to compete, because we all know that the big Power 5 schools, they're going to have the money to compete. It's the mid-major schools that's where my issue lies. You don't, because if you phase the mid-majors out, you ruin college sports at that point. So that's my main fear. I don't want to see the mid-majors get phased out, because everybody loves an underdog. And when you kill the underdog and it just becomes all about the major schools, you might as well just not have college at all. You might as well just have 2 conferences and just that's it, right? It kills the prestige and the luster of having a 64 team tournament where only 10 of those teams are viable, right? I'm not for that personally. I want to see, some competition, and I don't want to see the competition get watered down because of money. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, and we're gonna have to do better. But the main thing is you're not gonna stop paying them. You can't give stuff to people and then automatically just take it back because it's not working like how you thought it was gonna work. So we're gonna see, and I think the NIL stuff it's gonna hurt the women more than it's gonna hurt the men. But that's just my personal opinion because the women are making more collegiately than they would be making professionally, and that's crazy work. Crazy work. You ask me. LG was good, mama. Happy Sunday to you too. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. The Cash App at the bottom of the screen if you want to donate to the channel. This BD, and this is Big Dog Sports, where sports and politics collide. But again, I got about 9 minutes left. The link is at the top of the chat for anybody who want to come join the conversation, and we could talk about whatever you want to talk about at this point. It don't have to be about sports. You know what I mean? So I'm here for it. Whatever you got on your mind, we could talk about. I'm here for all of the smoke. For those who have smoke, I'm here for all of it. Because smoke can be fun, right? Yeah, smoke could definitely be fun. Yeah, I'm all for the smoke, LG. Yeah, I'm for the smoke. And I see this Boyd thing is really getting, a lot of traction. I'm trying to stay, away from that because I don't want the traffic that comes with that. I'd rather be a panelist and talk about Boyd than to just have it on my show as a main thing. You got other people who are more expertise on the Boyd topic than I am. I can only give my opinion about what I see, but I'm no expert, and I'm not going to act like I'm an expert when I'm not. But I do appreciate you coming through, LG. I appreciate it a lot. Everybody's support means something to me. And, it's not a monetary thing for me. You understand what I'm saying? All I really ask for is for people just to come and say hi. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't hurt to come to my stream and just say hi. You know what I'm saying? Support don't necessarily mean financial support. Support actually for me, it just means just acknowledging that somebody is on here. You understand what I'm saying? Just the acknowledgement is support enough. But I understand, everybody, people pick their factions and stuff like that. So I'm not fit to get into all that. LG was good, mama.
Hey, VD. How you doing today?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm good. I wanted to say I really do appreciate your help when it comes to StreamYard.
For sure.
You have helped me. So I wanted to give you some big ups for that because that was some big help and I really appreciated it.
For sure. I'm glad I was able to help just a little bit.
As old folk, we don't
Yeah,
always do
it
stuff.
is a struggle for us old folks trying to learn all this new young folk technology. So yeah, I get it.
Mhm. For
It took
sure.
me a little minute to learn the StreamYard too, but once I got it down, now I done figured it out. So now
And,
I understand how to move through it and around it and all that stuff.
yeah, and you don't have to help other people. Like you can just be in the chat and watch some people fumble, but you'll see it and you'll hit the panel and help people, and that's really cool. I appreciate that.
No, for sure. Because who we all need help sometimes at the end of the
Mhm.
day. None of us is Einstein out here. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
we all need help sometimes. Not everybody's technically sound like that. And it's trial and error with a lot of these things. So I figure if I could help, why not help?
It is much appreciated for
You know what
sure.
I mean? But because you got a lot of people out here that will just sit here and watch you fumble around and then
Mm,
laugh in your face about it.
exactly.
So
And then laugh.
I,
Yep.
I'm
Laugh.
not one of them people. I don't like seeing people fumble around.
Mm.
So if I could help, why not help?
And it,
I
it's
think
it's
that's the noble thing to do.
it is. It really. And I'm not even being. I really, honestly, I really do appreciate it, and I pinpoint that, and I'm like, yo, he is a really cool person. He really is a cool person to do that. Have
Yeah, I
you
think
given
it's just the
that?
noble thing to do. Why sit here and laugh at you when I could just help you out?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That's the problem with a lot of these people that's out here now. They what's the word I'm looking for? They find entertaining other folks' misery.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't find other people misery to be entertaining. But that's just me,
Yeah.
but this is why I can't hold, 10 and 15 and 20 and 100 people in the chat. I guess I'm too level-headed, LG. I'm too boring, as Vanta would say.
Well, Vance, Vance likes the drama. Vance needs
Right.
the constant drama to be entertained. Are you not entertained? He needs to be entertained.
Yeah. The drama is entertaining for a lot of folks. I mean, it's entertaining for me too. That's why I'm in these streets, because I like to be entertained with the drama too. It's just on my show, I try to keep it drama free.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't want to
Too much.
deal with that on my show. I want
Yeah.
I want common sense on my show.
Yeah. We get that. You're like you're the level-headed one. I will say that you are the level-headed one in the group. So you got to give big ups to that. You gotta respect it because you are very much level-headed.
Yeah, I try, I try to, put common sense before anything else.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like I was telling other people in the Discord, my dignity and my self-worth is more important to me than some money, some likes, some views. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to be
Yeah.
myself, and you don't got to like it, and you might find it boring. You understand what I'm saying? But that's not going to make me change who I am. I am who I am.
Oh yeah, I get that. I think too. Sorry, I'm over here stuttering. I'm Kev stutters right now with the stuttering, but like I'm not too big into sports, but I definitely want to make sure I come by and support because you definitely are someone that I want to support. You're a cool dude, and I do. You do your political stuff. I'm not too into political stuff, but you do have important topics that I do want to chime in on. But you're just a cool dude, so I want to give my support.
Oh, I appreciate that, LG. I try to support everybody. You understand what I'm saying? I show up on everybody's shit to give my 2 cents, because I feel like everybody channel is based on drama, and somebody needs to come in there and inject some kind of common sense
Hmm.
into the drama. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You got to have at least one person that's willing to stay on the high road and inject some common sense within all the buffoonery that goes on.
You always need that person. There's always a balance of things, and you are the one that brings the balance and the the common sense and the right way to do things. So you're definitely needed in this space. I will say that.
Right. Somebody got to do it. So it might as well be me.
Yes.
LG, my 2 hours is up. So I'm going to get off of here. Thank you for coming through, though. I appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming up, LG. I appreciate you.
Thanks.
But yeah, y'all, my 2 hours is up. So I'm going to get up off of here and enjoy the rest of the drama that is, YouTube or whatever. So again, this Big Dog Sports, where sports and politics collide. I'm your boy BD. Like, share, and subscribe, man. The Cash App at the bottom of the screen. It's been a very enjoyable stream for me. Thank you for coming, and I see y'all next Sunday. Peace.
It's your host, BD. Welcome to Big Dog Sports. Yo, call it Big Dog Sports, a little show that I run, where we talk a lot of sports and we show a lot of love. So support by hitting like, share the video, subscribe and hit that Cash App, baby, send a little dose. So if you want to know about the latest games, the winners and the losers, the teams that ain't the same, we gon' talk about the trades, the contracts, the price, the playoffs, the scandals, the crime and the lies. I'm your host, BD, and this is my show, where sports and politics collide, baby, anything goes. We talking NBA, WNBA, NFL, NCAA, UFC, MLB, WWE, a little boxing too. If that's your thing, I got the best show in the land, baby, no need to search. So welcome to the show, y'all. This is Big Dog Sports.